Nexa3D. We're live still in Ventura, and I'm here today to go a little bit deeper into part of what we saw earlier when I walked around with Avi at our headquarters. But now, there's someone you should really meet. He's yellow. He's cool. He's not really a he. He's Spot. And who knows better about Spot than his friendly neighborhood engineers. So I'd like to welcome you to meet the fantastic people who really know what the whole Spot story is as we put a spotlight on automation with Spot from Boston Dynamics. So could you guys say hi, intro yourselves?
Sure. Hi, my name's Andrew Sandola. I'm a software engineer on our automation project using Spot to automate our systems here at Nexa.
Hi, I'm Connor Engstrom. I'm a mechanical engineer here at Nexa, and I work at integrating Spot into all the existing printers and hardware that we have today so that we can begin automating the printing process that we have here.
And of course, in studio / the coffee bar, we have the one and only Lewis Sims joining us to keep an eye on your comments. And if there's anything you want to know, throw it in the comments. Lewis will make sure that we hear you, we see you, and we can get to everything you want to know. So right now, we're standing just kind of inside the doorway of the office / R&D / engineering / next factory portion of the company. And I think we need to go in a little bit deeper. So let's go into the next factory. Better to follow than Spot.
Yes, so Connor's going to go ahead and lead you guys into the next factory, and then Spot and I are going to follow in, so he's going to do an introduction.
All right. Yeah, so let's head on in. The next factory is this way, and Spot does a great job of following us around this lovely facility and helps us with everything we have going on.
Cool. And Connor's going to be sure to stay close to Andrew's or my mics so that we can hear him also. We want to make sure that y'all can hear us. So here we go. Hey, Connor, while we walk, why don't you tell us a little about the next factory?
Yeah, so the next factory is the place that we're able to print all sorts of parts internally. Things that we're prototyping, work that we have going on here, or if we have some customers coming through and about trying out some of the printers that we have, we can pretty much make them anything they'd like on our printers, get them samples, and we can test out the new concepts that we have. So the factory is right on this way. Leah's over there.
Sometimes X marks the spot, other times spot marks the X. And I would apologize, but I'm not in the least bit sorry for all of the Spot puns that I feel compelled to make when I'm here. So when we talk about 3D printing, one of the biggest things that people bring up is, is it ready for industry? Is it ready for industrial use? Is it ready for manufacturing? And one of the things that really separates 3D printing from other processes is how hands-on you have to be. Like, you print the part. Awesome, but then you have to take the part out, you have to wash it, you have to cure it, obviously when we're talking resin. But what if you didn't? What if someone really advanced and yellow and non-human did that for you? So can you guys tell us what's up? What's up with this? What's the genesis of the project? Why do we have a robot dog here?
Yeah, exactly. So what Spot's really able to help us with is being able to keep the next factory working 24/7. We have employees in here that are able to turn over printers, get new parts up and running, be able to wash the parts. But there's definitely time-dependent processes that having something that is automated that can quickly run over and take care of anything on a clock with awareness of everything that's happening in the factory would really be a big help, especially being able to work the factory 24/7 and churn out as many parts as possible.
Well, that's ridiculous, Connor. People like to sleep. And when do you sleep if it's running 24/7? Or do you just give up and get someone who doesn't need to sleep? Okay, so Andrew, you've programmed a lot of this yourself.
Yes.
And this is bespoke programming, right?
Yeah, so for our automation software, we use Boston Dynamics API. to control, monitor our NXC printer, our X-Wash, and the various systems that we have here. So we can automate, control, and manipulate factories.
Cool. So can we see Spot run?
Yes, yes.
Ah, good morning, puppy.
Did it turn on?
So now what we have going on here is Spot is walking over to a drip tray. With resin printing, what you can have is drips from a recent print start to fall down as you're moving parts from a printer to a buffer station to a wash station. So Spot is able to pick up these drip trays and move them around as he navigates the parts. So this is really helpful for keeping the next factory tidy, and this is exactly how the technicians we have in here today are able to move around the parts in a similar fashion.
I mean, it kind of looks like a cafeteria tray. Could Spot bring me lunch?
Yeah, he's able to help us out all the time with grabbing stuff.
Especially if we ask nicely.
Good job, Spot.
So in order to automate Spot, we really have to have a lot of systems that are constantly running in order to see and detect different areas so that we know that we can grab onto that build plate. We can exit out of the NXC. You might have seen earlier that we control the NXC. A wonderful software team has an API for NXC to control and monitor that. So we use that in the automation project to get it ready for command and control of Spot. Here, we are taking the print and we're putting it into a buffer station to allow resin to drip and accumulate on the bottom tray that we have. That allows us to, in the future, collect that resin and reuse it.
Once parts have kind of sat there for a little while and they're ready, Spot would be able to move these build plates along the line, putting it into the wash station, moving it to a cure station, and then eventually moving it somewhere where these parts can be removed and used. There's been a bit of modification with Spot and a few of these stations to make this possible. I think you can see the Spot jaw was modified so you'd be able to pick up these trays and the build plates. The build plates and the arms in all these stations were modified as well, so that Spot can easily insert and remove all these objects using computer vision.
So how does Spot know where to go, though?
So we actually have our own navigation that we're building on Boston Dynamics navigation, so that we can tell Spot to go to different areas. So when we navigate to a particular area, we can line up on the fiducials that we have on the front of these stations. We have those categorized by type of station, so that we can perform different actions, control Spot to manipulate objects at those stations. So right now we're dropping off that tray because we don't need it anymore.
I mean, what about my lunch, though?
Well, Spot could definitely take us lunch. Yeah. You can teach Spot all kinds of tricks. We've been working very hard on teaching Spot a bunch of new tricks using our software.
Like what? I mean, Spot's kind of a new dog. Can you teach a new dog new tricks?
Yeah, actually, you can. So here we do highlight like sustainability. So one of the things I was kind of working on was having Spot recycle for us.
Wait, Spot can recycle?
Yeah, Spot can recycle.
So, you like how I say this like I didn't watch him do it yesterday?
All right, Spot, come on. Let's get recycling, huh? There we go. Sometimes Spot really needs to know, like, hey, it's time to go. Just like a real dog, you know?
We all need that nudge sometimes.
Yeah. They're coming in. I'm grabbing my can. There we go. Turn in. There we go. And we kind of see another highlight of our fiducial placements that we have here for Spot, so he knows exactly where to go. Good job, Spot. That's what I call being green. All right.
Okay, so Spot did a great job getting that can from your desk over to the recycling bin. So Spot's a robot, doesn't really need a bone or a treat. What does Spot need next? Maybe a little rest?
Yeah, Spot. He likes to rest. He likes to eat. Fortunately for Spot, both of those are combined in the same action, which is docking at his docking station that he has right over there. So I'm going to go ahead and navigate him over there so we can go ahead and sit down.
For anyone feeling kind of bad for Spot about, a little bit of a barren napping area, we're gonna get Spot a doggy bed.
I think that'd be perfect. Okay. He goes ahead and adjusts and then sits down, ready for the next action, the next exciting thing to happen.
Just tucking his little leggies in. So this is the team who, is really doing some super cool stuff with Spot and the technology from Boston Dynamics to help automate the processes for industrial 3D printing. So that's a kind of cool thing. Do you think we'll might maybe be able to show it live at some point for people who aren't joining us remotely? It may be like, I don't know, Chicago.
Yes, actually. We do plan on showing it at IMTS in Chicago. Yes. So
Head on over in September, and you'll definitely be able to see a lot more of what Spot's capable of.
Exactly.
When we see Spot at IMTS, what's that going to look like? And more importantly, and to one of our questions, what is the battery life of Spot? How long can Spot kind of do all of this?
So for the battery life of Spot, it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours to charge up. However, between actions, we are able to navigate and have Spot sit at his dock to recharge. So really, you're only using a battery during those actions and then recharging and off time, right? So that's good for a good duty cycle.
Yeah, and it seems to work perfect because like our printers and our washing machines and cures, there's always going to be time where Spot's going to need to wait around, let a print finish, let a print cure. So it works perfectly where you can hop on over, get charged up, and then go and grab the parts when you're ready. But for the trade show, we're actually planning to have Spot be able to pull prints out of printers, move them into wash stations, move them into cure stations, and really show like a full functioning workflow, what automation might look like in the facility.
In the future, really.
So the future's maybe a little bit automated and a little bit super cool.
Yeah,
A lot of it.
A lot of it ultra fast and automated.
Oh, yeah.
Some of our partners globally have taken their own approaches to automation as well. So Spot's one pretty cool option, but we've also seen one of our partners in Germany use a different robotic arm in one place that does some nice pick and place. And so there are tons of ways that you can automate resin 3D printing, which otherwise seems like such a manual thing. But when you're talking industry, you want to talk productivity. When we're talking productivity, we want to talk 20x productivity. So sometimes you need a nice, spot of help.
Yeah. And especially around here, it's helpful because we're always moving printers, expanding, changing things around. Spot's able to be flexible with that. When we move something around the room, Spot can pick that up and kind of continue to automate no matter what we're doing down here.
Oh, so you can get a little Spot treatment.
Yeah.
What about cleaning? Do we need any Spot cleaning?
Well, maybe we can 3D print like some kind of handle. You can kind of brush,
squeegee the floors.
Squeegee the floors. There we go. You put little squeegees on his feet, walk around and clean up.
What if he can't see where he's going? Does he need a spotlight?
Most certainly.
Anyway, we've got a spotlight on Spot, and we're really keeping automation in focus here at Nexa3D. So again, thank you from the I am Penny. Thanks for noticing, Ron. So thanks again for joining us live from Ventura, California, in our headquarters in our in-house Next factory. So also shout out to our partners at Henkel who helped make this happen. We love the materials, we love our partners, and if you get some sample parts soon, maybe Spot was the one handling them. And these are the reasons why. So thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Connor.
Thank you.
Thanks for showing us around. And Spot, thanks for recycling too. That's pretty handy to make sure that we can keep those cans going in the recycling, because as we know, and also we know from the zip, and maybe you see a few here behind me conveniently, aluminum is one of the most recycled and recyclable products on Earth. So we love to see that going into the appropriate waste streams. So thanks Spot, thanks Andrew, Connor, our team at the Next Factory. And we hope you'll join us again soon as we keep showing you what we've got going on here at Nexa3D. So Lewis,